Hi everyone, we're kicking off the war season. Okay, first we're going to immediately start with a heavy that will give armor breaks to remove ANNIHILUS rod buff and give us our combat power rate buff. This guy is running the recoil tree, so I don't expect much out of this fight. Throw my SP1 while we have the precision and the combat power rate buffs up. That gives us vigilance, which lets us bypass miss from the node. And here my plans was to dash in, but he caught me. And I'm not sure what happened, but we didn't die. A solo's a solo. I healed up, but looking back, I really didn't need to because of the HAVOK fight that's coming up. I'm in tier 3 war, so for me it's relaxed and chilled enough to where I don't feel I'm in too many high stress situations. Surfer versus HAVOK. He has access to armor up, so that pretty much makes HAVOK less of a threat. This guy is also running the recoil tree, so I don't expect much out of this fight, at least in terms of lasting long. And since we have the armor up, all of the debuffs are pretty much willpower healing at this point. Okay, now we have all 3 of our buffs up, so we're going to fire the SP2. We'll do it with the precision buff. Every buff on Surfer increases the damage he deals. And at this point, it's pretty much a textbook fight. We'll get back to another SP2 and end the fight. Here, not much else going on. So we'll just let it play out, and we end it right here. So yeah, those could have saved myself those 2 potions I did use. Alright, next we have IDOOM. IDOOM doesn't have a passive power gain, so I wasn't too concerned about the nodes here. And Surfer again has easy access to armor break, and while he's armor broken, that pretty much cripples a lot of his annoying abilities. So we immediately start the fight with a heavy, flip their armor break, gain our buff. And from there, the plan is similar to the HAVOK fight. Get all 3 of our buffs and just spam SP2. There, I was gonna time, because when you activate Surfer's buff, there is a miss mechanic, so I was gonna time it to gain my Fury buff, but the beam came just before the buff itself. So we fire SP2, deal a nice chunk of damage, and one more SP2 should do it. There I was going to try the same thing with my armor up buff, but I was too busy watching the timer and not really paying attention to the beam. But now that I do have all of my buffs, I can just focus on dexing and not really worry about trying to keep them up. So right here, we're waiting out a special one again, eventually. There we go. So we finally get the full dex off. And here I was gonna dash in and immediately throw my special, but he countered by immediately throwing his special. But Surfer doesn't take any shock debuff damage, and plus they increase the damage he deals, so in the end that kind of worked out for us. Alright, and here we're taking on the spot boss. I'm also back up, so everyone else's lanes were fine, so I just came in and cleared the left side. Nick Fury versus Spot. I'm not too concerned about the fight. Spot isn't bleed immune. I'm currently running max deep wounds, and while he's under the disorient debuff, he doesn't gain the portal charges or whatever they're called. At least here I realized I should have threw that special while I was closer to 2 bars, because now he's untouchable and I'm far away from a 2nd bar. So my plan now is to throw an SP1 while I'm closer to 2 bars. That way I can keep the disorient up longer, and as long as I'm over 5 charges, Nick Fury can't miss. So we go ahead and we throw the special one here. And we time it just right enough so we can throw another. Only thing here now is we're wasting time and charges having to bait out and wait out for the SP2. So we get back into the rhythm, going to intentionally trigger his portal. I'm not too concerned since I have my second life and he's almost down. Alright, but now we're back over 5, so we can't miss, and we have disorient, so he can't gain any more charges. At this point, I'm not really concerned if I push him to SP3 or not, since we do have the second life. And I'm also running max in equity, I think it's called. So for every debuff one spot, his damage is reduced by 6%. So I was not really worried about the damage on the SP3. And we throw one more SP1. I think is gonna finish it now. Just okay, and there we go.
Say goodbye to what we had. The good times that made us laugh outweigh the past. I thought we'd get to